Good morning, boys and girls. You are very welcome to the new episode of Kids Church, where we dig into the Bible. Today is a special day. We will be visiting virtually three families from Ballinacrow SDA Church. Samuel and Deborah, together with their parents Lindita and Stephen, will open our Kids Church with our song, which is our opening prayer as well. I love you, Lord. Let's join them in singing and praying. Have you ever been in a conflict with someone? Have you ever fought really hard? That's the Bible story for today. It comes from 2 Samuel 25 and it tells us how David and his men were so hungry that they went and asked food from a man called Nabal. But Nabal was a fool, so he refused to give them food. The two men got mad at each other and they were almost to kill each other when God sent Abigail, Nabal's wife, to bring peace between David and Nabal. God helps us get along with each other. Let's hear what happened, first from Abigail and then quickly from Nabal and from David.
Oh, bread, milk, apple. What else do you need? Bananas? Maybe pizza? What do you think? Oh, I need to do all of this so fast. Oh, how on earth am I going to do this? How on earth can a woman do all of this by herself? I just can't believe how foolish my husband is. Nobody heard me say that. You wouldn't believe my husband is a foolish man. I know as a wife I'm supposed to respect him and obey him, but do you know what he did? He did something really bad. Now David is coming with his men to kill us and we are in danger. He gave such a foolish answer to David and his men, and those men are coming. They are angry, they're hungry, and they're going to kill us. What am I going to do? Oh, men like cakes. Yes, maybe a chocolate cake, carrot cake, vanilla cake, cream cake. Oh, maybe I'll get 1, 2. Oh, I think we need more than that. 5, 10, 20 cakes. Yes, I'm going to get myself ready and pack all of this. And I'm going to do something really so worried. Boys and girls, you might be thinking, what on earth is this woman doing? You might be thinking, I would like to create a drama around myself. But let me tell you, you can judge for yourselves once you know what actually happened. My name is Abigail, and I'm the wife of a man called Nabal. He's a very rich man. He's a wealthy man. He has loads of wealth, and he's very, very foolish and stubborn. When people ask him, hey Nabal, how many sheep do you have? You know what he says? He puts on a very proud face, and then he takes a deep breath, and then he strokes his beard, and he says, I have 3,000 sheep. And then if somebody says, how many goats do you have? Again, he does the same thing again, and he says, I have 1,000 goats. And he loves to talk about his wealth, and he's very stubborn. And now because of that, we are in danger. God, please help us. Now, boys and girls, do you know what Nabal means? Parents give their children names, and every name has a nice meaning. But you know my husband's name? Nabal means a fool. A fool. Yes, he deserves to be called a fool right now because of all that he did now. We are in danger. David is coming to kill us. God, please. Oh, boys and girls. Now, don't get me wrong. David is out in the wilderness with his 600 men. He's going to come and kill us. But I don't mean to say that David is a cruel man. Rumors say that David is appointed or anointed by Prophet Samuel to be the next king of Israel. And rumors also say that Saul is not very happy with David taking the throne, a shepherd boy taking the throne. And he has tried to kill David a few times, and David had escaped. And now David is also going to come now here. Do you not know who David is? Okay, this is how the story goes.
No. I absolutely love food. I love food so much. I can eat all day. Hello, my name is Nabal, but don't be fooled by my name, okay? Once somebody said, oh, he's Nabal, which means he's a fool, but who cares? I love food because I can afford it. Yes, I'm rich. I'm so amazingly rich. I have 3,000 sheep, and I have 1,000 goats, and I have houses, and I have servants, bring more food to me. Why? I'm hungry, that's why. I love my food. Oh, food gives me joy and happiness in life. But the best part about my food, let me tell you this, the best part of my food is that I enjoy it alone. I don't want to share my food with anyone. Sharing is caring, says my wife. Oh yeah, I have a wife, okay? Let me tell you about my wife. Her name is Abigail. She thinks she's very wise, even wiser than me, okay? So there comes Abigail. She's about this sharing and caring things. And she says, but Nabal, you have to treat your people kindly. If you treat them kindly, they'll be kind to you as well. Who wants to be treated kindly? I treat people harshly because there's a lot of slaves that break away from their masters these days. They go away, and then where do they come? they come to my door and they want to steal my precious, precious food that I'm not sharing with anyone. So, like today, I was asleep and somebody knocked on my door. Do you know David? Do you? Of course you don't know David. Who on earth would have ever heard of David? A shepherd boy from a very, very small town, even a village called Bethlehem, okay? Now let me tell you this. This David pretends to be the anointed by God. He is the 8th son in his father's home. Even his father did not consider him to be part of the family. Would ever God think to put David, a shepherd boy, the 8th son of Jesse, to rule over his people? What a crazy idea. So I was sleeping this afternoon, just having my afternoon nap, and I was dreaming sweet dreams about food, about a lot of food, and how I'm eating my food, and I'm eating it alone. And then David knocks on my door, okay? He wakes me up. Now I'm already irritated by the fact that somebody interrupted my eating even in my dream. So David comes and says, Sir Nabal, can we have some of your food? And I'm like, what? Are you talking about my food? Of course you can't. You're a shepherd boy. You and your man, you just run in the wilderness. Of course you can't have my food. Who on earth would like to share with David and his men? Oh yeah, he has 600 men with him. Wouldn't I, the rich Nabal, share my salad, my meat, my cakes, my wine, my everything with David? I'm telling you, David is a liar, and David is poor, and David is, he is lazy. Him and his 600 men, they're lazy men. They don't want to work. So I go back to David and say, now, you have to try this. It's actually amazing. So I go back to David and say, why should I pay you with food? And he says, when your shepherds were in the field with your sheep and with your goats, we protected them from the Philistines and we protected them from the wild animals. I said, what? Did I ever ask you, David, to do this for me? Bring more from this. So amazing. And so David says, we did protected your sheep and your people from Philistines and blah, blah, blah. I can't remember asking David to do this. Now, I might have mentioned it, once, but it was more kind of a favor suggestion than a contract. And paying David with food, with my food? No, never. My food, I'm not sharing it with anyone. It's for Nabal.
Oh, Nabal. Oh, Nabal. How could you? How could you be so abusive? How could you be so ungrateful, Nabal? After all myself and my men done for you, how could you? Oh, I will destroy you, you and your entire household, for this great unkindness which you have shown. I will destroy you. What happened, you may ask? I was anointed to be king by Samuel the prophet. But my master, King Saul, subsequently became jealous of me and sought to kill me. So I escaped and joined me about 600 people in the desert of Paran, where we found the shepherds and flock of a wealthy man called Nabal. We protected this flock from thieves and wild animals for a season. And now it was a time to share the sheep, a time to share the flock. And I sent men to him. I, David, sent men to him to give us a small gift for our efforts and services to help his flock. But instead, he abused me. He abused my servants and made a laughter of me. Oh, just like your name, you wicked man. I will make sure that today that you feel and know that I am anointed. Men, get you your swords. I will gird mine. Off we go to Nabal.
Now you all know the story, boys and girls. This is what my faithful servant told me, and I trust him. He said David and his men were very kind to our shepherds. Why? Why would my foolish, stubborn husband not pay and be kind to what they've done for us? God could help us get along. Both Nabal and David thought they both were right, they both were stubborn, and they both were not willing to make peace. So therefore, God gave me the ability to make peace between the two of them. When the servant came and told me how my husband reacted, I stepped up. I went and apologized to David. Not only took food, when I went and said sorry, David's anger calmed down. It made him realize that hurting my husband and his men would be a great danger, and he would regret that for the rest of his life. So God used Abigail, me, to make peace between the two of them, and he could help you, boys and girls, be the peacemaker when you feel really upset, angry. Sometimes you might be angry with your brothers, your sisters, your parents, or sometimes your friends. God could use you to be the Abigail and make peace, and God could help us get along.
When Abigail approached David and made peace, she stopped him from acting out of anger. She showed him kindness, apologized, and helped him realize that he would really regret hurting Nabal and his men. And it worked. David did accept the food, did calm down. When we're in a conflict, sometimes God helps us calm down. Other times, He sends peacemakers, like He sent Abigail, and He calms us down through them. Sometimes, God makes us to be the peacemakers. Now, we can't always step in every conflict, especially if it's adults fighting between each other. But we can always pray and try and bring peace when other kids are fighting with each other. Let's watch a short video about Noah and McKenna. They are brother and a sister who usually get along with each other, but sometimes they fight.
Today, we're hanging out with Noah and McKenna. They're brother and sister. As you can see, they love playing outside. They even know how to play piano together. How cool is that? Here comes their dog Pohu. He's cute.
McKenna is creative and she's really playful.
My favorite thing about my brother is he's awkward.
Even though Noah and McKenna have a lot of fun together, there are times when they just don't get along.
Noah's been having a hard time sharing snacks. Maybe McKenna saw the snack first, or it was something that she wanted. And Noah will be upset because he didn't get the better part of the snack, but they will argue about that all the time. Noah's had a lot of trouble getting ready in the morning, and so if his sister's in the way, it's been hard for him because his sister touched him the wrong way, pushed him a little bit, nudged him a little in the bathroom, and so he's been struggling with this every day, every morning.
When they set up a game to play, Noah will get everything lined up and put the checkers on the checkerboard, and then by the time it's time to start the game, McKenna has decided that she would rather do something else. So Noah feels slighted because he took the time and the effort to get everything all set up. Now that he doesn't have a partner, that gets him ticked off a little bit.
Last year, Noah got a special Bible for his birthday. It has helped show him Jesus' awesome love. That example has brought Noah and McKenna closer together.
I thought it was great that when he got his devotional and was able to read and spend some time in there, that he recognized some of the issues that he was having with his temper, with getting angry, with getting frustrated.
We talk about how sometimes when we get in a fight, at the end of the day he comes in and we talk about what we should do next time.
And being able to dig a little bit deeper and think about that stuff, especially before he went to bed at night, I think kind of helped settle his thoughts.
The biggest thing that I'm seeing is being able to control himself is something that he really had to learn getting through. And I do see that coming out with McKenna as well. Just being able to have this self-control is one of the biggest things that he's had to overcome and he's still working on. And so, I think being able to be open to talking to God about it is helping him along.
It's so good to know that because of Jesus' example of love, Noah and McKenna have love for each other.
My sister and I do devotions in my bedroom. That's helped my relationship with McKenna, and God has helped me with my sister because I think she's making better decisions.
I liked when Noah said that we could do Bible study together because I like learning about God together.
When brothers and sisters are fighting, I would tell them to look to the Bible because God can heal that relationship and because God is love.
Hi boys and girls, we'll do today an activity and then it's called Pull It Together. For doing this activity we need few supplies. Owen, can you show the first one?
First we have to use the scissors, but be careful to don't cut your finger.
That's right. So what is the other supply we need?
We need paper.
A paper, and what's the next one?
We have to use paper clips.
Well done. So we need scissors, a paper, and paper clips. So now, the activity is called Pull It Together. And do you know, it's not easy to get along with others. Sometimes it seems like we are on opposite sides. Let's do this activity to see how God can bring people together. Let's do it. So that we have the supplies, the paper, the scissors, and the paper clips, what we have to do is to cut this paper into pieces of paper. Now we have the piece of papers that we need. So each one of you has one piece of paper, right? So now we have to fold as a S. If you look at my hand, look, we can fold this piece of paper in 3 parts and the same size. You can fold it.
There we go.
And then we'll have something like this in our hand. Look, like this. Yes, I help you. As a mess. And then we put together, we press. Well done. Each one of you has yours? So now we need the paper clips, okay? 2 paper clips for each. Now that we have this piece of paper folded, we have to connect one end with the paper clip, okay, and then the other end with another paper clip. We'll have in this way, one end with a paper clip and then the other end with another paper clip. So now that you have the paper clip in each end of the piece of paper, now you have to hold this end, okay, of each piece of paper and then pull it straight out together. Can you see the paper clips will come together and connect before sliding off the paper. Can you see that? So now I have it here. Yes, you can do it. Pull it straight out until, yes, that's right. So now, Cohen, you can do it. You can see the paper clips are joined together.
I got 2 paper.
Yes, you can pull out, and then see what happens. You can show. Okay, now Aiden. Okay, you can hold. Okay, pull out. Pull out. Yes, pull out. Pull out. And let's see what happens. Yes, take in your hand. Wow, well done. Owen, Connor, and Ada. How was the paper clips in the paper? They were apart or they were together before? They were apart. And then when I pull it, how the paper clips went?
We'll jump together.
They went together. And then the end, what happened?
It jumped out.
And they stayed together. So when we pull it, the end of the paper clips came to the middle, creating friction. Friction made the paper clips fasten together before jumping off. And then when they jumped off, they were together. Yes, the friction made the paper clips fasten together. You know what? People sometimes they have friction as well. They have disagreements and they tend to be apart as the paper clips were apart. But you know who can bring together these people? Jesus, yes. God is the only one who can bring together those people. So Owen, what this activity taught you today?
Do the people stick together and be friends?
That's right. So in the Bible, there is a story about Abigail and David. They had friction in their friendship, but after Nabal died, they were very good friends, and then after they got married. God can use tense situations or disagreements to bring people together.
Now, Children, now when we done all of this, now you could do it at home. Bye.
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 Danielle from Ballinacross Church, together with her mom Christina, are going to teach us how to make our own battling tops. I wonder, what do the battling tops have to do with conflict and how God helps us get along with each other? Let's see.
Hello children, today we're going to make a craft called battling tops. For this craft we will need white foam dinner plates to a child, crayons, pointy toothpicks, cups, pencils and scissors. And we can start making this craft now. So children, I hope you made this craft like me and Danielle did. And as you played, you found that your tops kept bumping into each other. And one top sometimes ruined the other's top spin. When has a relationship with a friend or family member felt like that? How can fighting ruin the fun for everyone? So it's like the Bible story about David and Abel. They were so focused on their own needs that they were not looking out for another needs. So children, I hope you make this craft and you'll think about that Bible story. Bye.
So that's all for today. We dug into the Bible and saw that when somebody gets mad at us, or indeed we get mad at someone, we always have a choice. We can either go and fight like David and Nabal wanted to fight with each other, or help God bring peace like Abigail did. Remember, boys and girls, God always helps us get along with each other. I want to thank everyone for joining us, and especially the boys and girls and their parents from Ballina Cross Seventh-day Adventist Church. Hope I'll see you all next week. Enjoy our last song, Come Thou Almighty King.